Всем привет, с вами Виктор. И мы продолжаем играть в игру Deliverance. И мы постараемся игру закончить. 3 дня, которые нам давали на обстрел Тальмберга, уже закончился. Я, 2 раза поспал, несколько раз подождал, кушал и, короче говоря, выждал эти 3 дня самостоятельно между сериями. Теперь нам нужно с ним поговорить и спросить, что делаем дальше. Полагаю, нам надо атаковать.
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over Tальмберg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That Istvand's a stubborn bastard.
Alright, when do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still...
Нет, и мне все готово, я могу штурмовать уже.
Or until your final rest.
I'm ready.
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on 2 fronts. The north gate and the west wall, which will scale with ladders.
Блин, зачем? Так, захват ворота.
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet first. Keezer claims he can even hit it directly. Even if that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way.
Portcullis.
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in...
Так, штурм западной стены.
What's the plan for attacking the west wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall with ladders, which is no easy matter under fire. So we'll need as many men come. As soon as the ladders are in place, our foot soldiers will run up and try to scale. Once a few of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
Крепостная стена.
How will we take the battle?
Either by scaling the west wall, or our men at the gate will help, if they can break.
Внутренний двор.
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around.
Жилых покоев.
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're inside, Istvand will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for...
I think
Ну
I've heard
ладно.
everything.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make a big difference.
I'll help with the attack on the walls.
I'm proud of you, Henry. You've changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter. And as God is my witness, we will kick those whore sons' arses.
A village lad and an old soldier. This man must be shaking.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got. Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, something always gets fucked up. Keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered.
Да, как бы всегда так делаю. Просто обхожу толпу и поэтому разбираю быстро.
I'll remember that.
Я любого могу забить.
Stripling.
Good luck to you, old soldier.
Что ж, ну начали штурм. Ага, опять мстители собрались и... Мне какую-то новую херню дали, какую-то. Какой... Блин, а где мой доспех? Ну, и последний залп. И куда он полетит? Прямо в эту херню. Там, где ворота. Все, пошли. Мы разобрали как можно больше. Так, ну все, пошли. Меч наготове и побежали. Давайте быстро, я первый полечу. Так, все, поехал. Давай, ползем. Мы будем самые первые. Кто сюда залезет? Где-то. А, у меня бомбу вытащенный был. Да ёб тут, блин, тут. Уже полздоровья нету. Так, ну ладно. Да-да, пропустите. Так, еще одного. Снял. Так, молодцы. Здесь мы закончили, я сюда пойду. А, подожди, мне ворота в стену нужно полностью закончить. Надо стену разобраться. Так, -1. Еще один минус. Я добью всех. Ну, хотя бы одного. Так, ладно, здесь закончили. Так, еще партия. Да дай пройти, пожалуйста. Так, где еще один? Где еще? Здесь набор. Так, добей нахрен. И дальше побежали. По одному, быстро. Со стенами мы полностью закончили. Так, все, мы в внутреннем дворе. Да блин, иди ты хоть шаг сделай, и все. Блин, постоянно то зависает, а? Вот постоянно такая херня происходит. Так, все, мы здесь разобрались. Все, отбили. Ну а где этот?
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one. Don't tempt fate, Hamish. Istvan! It's over!
Иштван.
It's to come and get you!
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzik? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, you're all noblemen here. All bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return,
И меч нужно вернуть, пожалуйста.
passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up
Да,
to
да,
you.
меч, правильно подумал. Про меч нужно сказать.
Very well then. But I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship. But Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question. Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. Then, you'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing.
Ишь ты, честь тут, видите, решили
Your
соблюсти.
father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
Да я и как бы меч хотел достать. Я меч как бы хочу свой вернуть.
Bring the horses.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Stephanie.
Forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Calm down, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which... Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz.
В Скалицу едет.
Mount up, Henry. You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
Ну да, тоже согласен. Согласен. Отца нужен, как бы нужно. До дому сопроводить. Заодно и побеседуем. Поехали.
What do you think? Will Toth keep his word?
Поворот.
Noble, right?
Блин, а твой конь вообще медленный какой-то. Не может ехать. Я вон же как далеко же уехал. И уже отстал. И что и меч он себе решил себе забрать. И не отдать его. Ишь ты какой гаденыш. Че там по... Ё, как медленно. Да. Лошадь я свою хорошо прокачал. Хорошо я ее прокачал, свою лошадь. Или он просто быстро не едет? А так, блин, помаленечку. Ну, наконец-то, а? Уже устал уже тут стоять. Поехали. Да ты и так, блин, уже опаздываешь. Она и так, блин, быстрее тебя скачет.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to do it.
Стоп.
There's no sign of them. Move on.
А где ты остальных взял? Хоры уже через каждую секунду зависать.
I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
Но у меня лошадь, если что, есть.
All right, Father.
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, I'll have to go back on foot.
Ну, рассказывай мне историю.
It's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
Catch that bastard.
Рассказывай быстрей.
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor.
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
Where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? But I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
Короче говоря, все так, как я и думал.
We know so little about his past.
He told you nothing.
Вот ни слова.
Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah, the sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name.
Маркрафт фон Аулитц.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. And I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front.
А где моя лошадь? Чё с моей лошадью стало-то?
It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
Да, кто это такие?
It's Margrave Jobst.
King's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Пойдемте, сходим, узнаем. Kingdom Deliverance. Ну вот и закончили мы игру. Закончили мы. Блин, я думал как-то это... Это будет вторая часть, наверное, еще будет. Да, вот она обязательно должна быть. Потому что история это не закончена. То, что вот из-за лошади проехали в этот... по дороге. Как мы меч ничего не вернули, мы этого не убрали, мы лысого не убрали. Много чего не сделали в этой игре. Пропусти. Незачем нам титры смотреть.
Doing well, son. Father. Come now. You know who sired you. That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Amar. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
Блин, как память, типа.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right. I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows.
make her proud. Don't go. No. Don't go. No.
Э?
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzik wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right.
Белую рубашку где-то нашел.
What is it?
Что?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
Нарядились-то как, а? Квартиру топовую нашли. Слово надо держать. Ну блин, нехило так, а. Еще бы поставить вот эти две кровати не так вот, а вот так вот. Совместите вот у этой стены. Камин есть топовый. Вот сюда стульчик поставите. Блин, блин, комнату мне тут дали, тут топовую. Сними пока шлем. Дай эту херню сверху, которую тоже вот можешь снять. И закрой. Так, это моя, блин, вот здесь могу спать, да? Или не, ни хрена. Я тут спать не могу. Да, блин, а я... Нет, кажется, мне тут спать и не дано. Ну, пошли. А. Ну все, поехали. Заканчивать в этот квест про неупокоенный дух этот. Я не буду, потому что я не хочу. Это просто, ну блин, уже я не хочу этим заниматься. Просто надоели эти все квесты, эти все. Я надеюсь, что в Ведьмаке, блин, такой ситуации не будет. Не, блин, квесты, они, ну, они не одинаковые, они разнообразные, но... Они мелочевные. Заниматься может быть интересно, это как симулятор, как-никак. Ну и идти, блин... Идти туда, сделай то. сделай это и сделай там, я что-то уже не особо хочу. Я надеюсь, что в Ведьмаке будет очень круто. Но я к нему, наверное, еще не скоро подойду. Я хочу к нему подойти. Я очень сильно хочу к нему подойти. Но, блин, то Ассасина закажут, то Тхив. Вот сейчас будем проходить после этого. Сейчас вот закончим и пойдем скачивать. Киндекам удалим и сохранение я оставлю, потому что для там, как я понимаю, продолжение будет.
How? Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am.
Идем, идем.
What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
Пошли. Я немного грязненький, правда. Нужно было помыться, ну да ладно.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
Блин, доспех. Доспех-то новый.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Redzig. Came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too. This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
Рассказывайте.
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king. The question is, which king? My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
А он не тупой осел,
I
а?
have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed. How have they changed, Your Grace? Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur.
Да, это мы все прекрасно знаем, все здесь присутствующие.
Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
Да-да-да, вот в курсе. Из какого стати ты хочешь его?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order. What you're saying, Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern while winning the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned imperial crown on his head?
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey for the imperial coronation. He would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behaved rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. Already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Bob. I thought everything could settle, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergolf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergolf is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghoff, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghoff know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here listed his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, Your Grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Bergov at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghoff would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Gutenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
Ну, как-то так выходит. Ну, как я понял, мы едем в столицу мы, короче, едем. Чтобы узнать мнение совета. Ну, как я понял. Вместе с мелким.
Exactly.
How about writing that you're concerned about current events and that you want to see things settled peaceably, and then ask the opinion of lords?
Very well said, sir. And what they want to do about freeing King Wenceslas?
Whether they think liberating King Wenceslas IV might contribute to resolving the dispute?
And what they plan to do about the god-awful mess in this country?
What steps they envisage taking to end the pillaging of Bohemia by foreign armies?
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Well, I'd also venture to suggest one more. What is their stance on that is, the initiatives of Margrave Jobst of Moravia and a large part of the Bohemian nobility? Whether they plan to take action against them or support their efforts?
You read my thoughts, sir.
Ладно. Блин, долгий разговор был на всю эту политоту.
So what do you think of it all, Sir Divish? I think I don't know what to think. That makes two of us. If I didn't know anything about Jobst, I'd say he's right and absolutely truthful. But I've heard too much about him already. Likewise. But I do feel he's the one with the best chance to put things right. Well, we'll see what we learn from Bergov. If the League of Lords stands with Sigismund, then our chances pale, in spite of everything Yobst said.
We shall see. We shall see.
Нам нужно ехать на совет, да? И там что-то узнавать мнение.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his...
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough.
О, блин, да, наверное, уже задел уже на следующую часть, да? Связи Люксембургов.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years, and now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
А почему Люксембург-то? Люксембург находится далеко что-то. Это вот там вот на севере уже это. На северо-западе Германии находится. А вы там, блин, там далеко находится. Так, кто такой Йост?
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself.
Манграф
He
Моравии.
was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position.
То есть за короля,
I
да?
don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him. But he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
Так, а Вацлав?
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and
На
drinking
пирушке,
companion,
на охоте.
but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Так, ну окей, а Прокоп кто
Who
такой?
is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then, they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
А, совет.
The League of Lords and that Berg.
Чье мнение нам нужно будет,
Who are they
спросите.
exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses, Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghof, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal. Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about it, God does move in mysterious ways.
Rupert Pfalzicki.
Rupert of the Palatinate. That's a name I hadn't heard before today.
Rupert is the Prince Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince Elector?
The Prince Electors
Это князи Священной Римской империи.
Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he switched allegiance.
Что за юноша Иоанн из Лихтенштейна?
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
Понятно. Короче говоря, это, блин, в Австрии.
That's about all.
Уже.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush.
Ладно. В следующей серии части будет, получается, очень много политоты.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Gutenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's
Готово.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here.
Нам нужно доставить письмо, выслушать ответ, вернуться. Все, я понял.
Me? Never, uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Отдать письмо, послушать ответ, вернуться. Никаких действий без ваших действий не предпринимать. Поздравляем, вы завершили основной сюжет. Вы все еще можете выполнять сторонние задания или просто путешествовать по миру. А чтобы завершить его, присоединитесь к отряду пана Яна Птачика. Блин, крутого доспеха. Да мне как бы и этот, и такой помнутый. Так, ну ладно. Иди с птачком во двор. Немножечко мятые мы все-таки. Ну ладно. Хотел я починиться, но что-то я не перехотел что-то. Так, а он где тут тусуется? Вот он. Ну все, давайте заканчивать. Давно пора.
So, to horse! The Lord of Bergov is bound to...
Welcome, Henry.
У меня самый крутой конь получается. У меня на данный момент самый крутой конь выходит. А чё, мы-то так далеко будем ехать, а? Или, блин, куда-нибудь это... Сделайте быстрое передвижение как-нибудь.
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
И чё, мы вправду будем боты? Ну и чё, мы так будем всю дорогу, что ли, ехать?
About Sir Yobst and his plan.
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believe we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
After all this backstabbing, they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggars belief.
Я даже так его обгоняю. Ну и...
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trusting your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
Да, ну да, согласен. Лучше бы с ним, чем без него. Блин, уже сколько уже едем-то, а?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't been trusted, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let him shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Так, помаленечку к деревне подъезжаем.
You know anything about Prokop?
Sir Hanush can tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Yost.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several who take it, for one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel.
Так, вон она, деревня, да? С этой... С конюшной той самой. А вот мне интересно, вот, блин, когда новая часть выйдет?
Have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
Так, ну блин, давай будем хотя бы про игру саму поговорим. Вот едем тут. Ну блин, ну игра такая вот, короче. Мне понравилось, все вроде нормально. С оптимизацией плюс-минус все так себе. Вроде нормально, вот и бывает нормально все работает.
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him, and his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
А бывает, что, блин, тупо просто берешь и берет, и вот через каждую секунду зависает. Ну, блин, ну как бы симулятор средневековья, так вот иногда бывает еще. Есть уникальный квест, очень крутые квесты. Типа вот монастырь. Сбегаем из плена. Тоже прикольная. Драка очень... Боевая система хорошо сделана. Для меня.
If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats in the provincial council. Little wonder they left the tree.
Короче говоря, блин, ну, это как я понимаю, это младший брат Ведьмака, как бы. Квесты прикольные, да. Их хочется выполнять, да. Ходить по миру интересно, да. Вот прям вот как, знаешь, вот как в деревне заходишь, это. Прикольно тут просто ходить, смотреть. Вот растительность хорошо сделана. К примеру, леса не просто как бы вот дерево, дерево, дерево. А прям вот настоящая растительность, там кустарник, трава. Прикольно сделано, эта херня. Система взаимоотношений, там вот, блин, вот охота, блин, да, ну это симулятор. Прикольный симулятор, короче, средневековья. Так, а мы сейчас куда едем-то? То есть мы на выход из карты выезжаем вот сюда вот, да? Ну ладно. Мы часть карты еще не открыли. Ну ладно. Да. Блин, о чем еще поговорить бы? Игрушка нормальная. Игрушка, блин, очень вполне себе, ну, достойная. Косяков не так уж, чтобы много, но они есть, но... Играть в нее более-менее... можно. Правда, игра очень-очень долгая. Из-за того, что, блин, там... Ну блин, это игра с открытым миром. Конечно, она будет долго играться. Особенно RPG. Сейчас это прокачка, туда сходить, там сделать. За квесты еще более-менее вот есть раздражающие квесты. К примеру, вот, блин, сходи туда вот. Есть такие квесты, которые не особо хочется проходить. Да и концовка, как я понял, нет, только одна вот. Вроде по квестам ничего такого особого не делаешь, а время проходит. Так, давай поговорим. И об этом сундуке, кстати. В этом самом сундуке я броню украл. Все, поехали. Все. Вышли за пределы карты. За пределы карты мы вышли.
to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that horseman who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Конец! Конец! Вот так вот. И вроде квесты, блин, простые. Вроде, блин, туда-сюда вот. А время идет и идет. То туда отправит, то сюда отправит. Хотя квесты простые. Больше по расстоянию тут ходить нужно будет. Ходили. Но тогда. Так, игрушка более-менее нормуль. Продолжить. Все. Все. Я не знаю про вторую часть. Да и эта вот игрушка вот не так давно вышла. В этом году вышла. Так что на вторую часть я не знаю. Ну, блин, это вряд ли будет DLC. Это в DLC будет вряд ли. Там дел еще... Ой, как еще целый набор еще будет дел этих самых. Так что это вряд ли... Я думаю, что это что-то вряд ли будет дополнение. Это будет, скорее всего, будет полноценная игра. Которую нужно будет также брать, скачивать, устанавливать и проходить. А вот вопрос у меня в такой есть. Насчет сохранения. К примеру, мне, блин, сохранение отдельно сохранять в отдельную папку. И когда выйдет вторая часть, мне ее перекидывать. Сохранение. Короче говоря, мне сохранение понадобится или нет? Вся моя прокачка, типа вот, вся моя броня, вся моя топ, вся моя все. Мне это все понадобится или нет? Я как бы, ну, прокачивался, типа. Я как бы, у меня броня есть, оружие есть. И навыки там какие-то. Ну вот. Стоит ли сохранение отдельно сохранять? Или, блин, там мне просто возьмут и меня заставят с самого начала прокачиваться. Ну, продолжение будет, потому что концовка открытая. Она не то чтобы открытая, она, блин, просто распахнута. Меч не нашли, этого не убили, Лысого не убили. Война продолжается. Задание нам отправили. Начало следующей серии и положено. Так что продолжение будет, это точно. Вопрос, только два вопроса. Как скоро она будет? И понадобится ли сохранение с этой игры? Это все. Ну а по самой игре я уже высказался, когда мы уже топали сюда. От замка вот сюда вот. По самой игре я уже высказался, так что давайте мы на этом закончим. Тхиев. Короче говоря, про вора, как от первого лица. Я уже шел скачивать, уже пошел открывать сайт и вперед. Сейчас время... нет, не успею. От 23-24. Я уже сегодня первую серию записать уже не сумею. Начнем с завтрашнего дня записывать. Ну, так что ладно, все. Закончим прохождение. Все. Спасибо за просмотр. С вами был Виктор. Всем пока.